Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's your tutor, Turan Kelvin. Today we're going to focus on chapter 3, which is number patterns. So, chapter 3, which is number patterns. So, the first pattern that we are having here basically is a revision, you understand? Is a linear pattern, linear number pattern. So, I'm not going to, basically, I'm referring to from Mind Action series. So don't forget, this lesson is for grade 11. It's grade 11 mathematics. So I'm just going to simplify this explanation here that you are given by our authors, you understand? So I'm just going to try it by all means so that you can understand this topic. Well, it is the simplest topic that you could ever get in mathematics, you understand? I like this topic. I like this topic. So without any waste of time, let's just proceed to our lesson. So the first pattern, we are having a linear pattern. Okay, a linear pattern. So the general formula for a linear pattern is Tn is equals to Bn plus C. So you will be given a number pattern, you understand, where, let's say, suppose you are given such an example where you are given 2, 7, 12, 17. You are given those numbers, and then they tell you, or they ask you, that you should determine the general formula for this linear pattern, you know. So this is the simplest pattern in mathematics, you understand. Under this topic is the simplest, but I find them simpler, all of them, you understand. They are not that much difficult. If you study them very well and you practice them, they are going to be easy for you, you understand. So the first thing that you must do is to get the difference between these numbers, you understand. So the difference is that if I add 5 here, I say 2 plus 5 is going to give me 7. That is the number pattern, how it goes. 7 plus 5 is equals to 12, and then 12 plus 5, it gives you 17. So meaning that the difference on this number pattern is going to be 5. The difference here is 5. You understand? So we have to determine the general formula for this linear pattern, and then so what we must do, we must get the value of B and also get the value of C. So it's simple how we handle this kind of questions. So B is the difference, you know. B is the difference, you understand, on this linear pattern. So meaning that B is going to be 5. B is equal to 5. And then when we have to determine the value of C, you understand, so that we can get the general formula for this. So we are just going to simply say B plus C. Note that you must know all of these equations that I'm giving you is equals to 2, which is the first term. So you must know these formulas because of they are important, and then you won't get any formulas in the exam. So make sure that you know these formulas. Is for your own benefit, you understand, because of if you don't know these formulas, therefore you won't understand these topics, because of you won't be able to determine the general formula for this, understand, or the general term, let me put it in that way. So now, since we know that B is equal to 5, what we are going to do, let me just say B, I substitute B there, since B is equal to 5, it's going to be it's going to be 5, 5 plus C is equal to 2. And then therefore, what you do, you know mathematics, you're just going to transpose that 5 to the other side. It's going to be 2 minus 5, which is going to be, C is going to be negative of 3. C is going to be -3. And then what you do from here, you just have to substitute your values. You substitute C and B. Now you have your values. So the general formula for this, or general term, is going to be our B is equal to 5. You just put 5 there, substitute the value of B, and then it's going to be 5n minus 3. Therefore you are done, you understand? And then from here they can give you a second question and say maybe they want the term that is okay. Let me just go to the book basically. So okay, this is suppose you are given that they say you see determine the nth term and hence determine and hence the 199 term. So you can do this, you understand what? So when we proceed with this, we are just going to meaning that when we are given this 199, basically we are given n. Understand? This is n, and therefore they want the value of this term there. So we are just going to substitute 199 on n. Let's go to our board, and then they say is t 199, which is equals to, remember where we see n, we substitute 199 and then minus 3, and then therefore we are just, all you have to do is to punch on your calculator. So let me just punch my calculator. So this, it will be equals to I have the answer here, 992 is going to be equal to 992. Understand? So this is simple, you understand? So this is basically, this is the basics, you understand? If you understand the basics of a concept, it's going to be easy for you to understand, I mean, you know, everything, you understand? So let's just move to, we are done with a linear pattern. This is where it ends, you understand? So let's just move to quadratic pattern. Now we move to quadratic pattern. So now things are different, you understand? Things are going to be different. So, but it's also easy. So this is the general equation for the quadratic pattern. So this is the general equation for the quadratic pattern. So you must know that for the quadratic pattern, we should find the value of A, B, C. You understand? So in order for us to find these values, if we want to find the value of A, basically, okay, okay, let me just give you a hint, you understand, before we can just go jump into the example, you understand? So if we want to find the value of A, just know that A is like this. The formula is 2A is equals to the first term. And when we have to determine the value of B, so B is basically, the formula is 3A plus B, which is going to be equals to the second difference. Let me just put it in that way, second difference. Okay, let me erase this. The second difference is going to be equals to the second difference. And then when we have to determine C, well, it's going to be for C is going to be A plus B, sorry, I've just realized that I made a mistake. Sorry, let me just for us to find a basically, I said this is the second difference. So for a is going to be the first difference. A is equals to the the second difference. What am I doing here? Let me erase everything here. Sorry about that. I'm sorry. So in order for us to determine the value of a there, so therefore it's going to be 2a, which is equals to, you equate it to the second difference. So you must understand these things much better, you understand, because of if you do a mistake here, it's going to be a problem. Everything is going to be wrong, you understand. So I suggest that you practice these things much better, and then it's going to be easy. So in order for us to determine the value of b, b is equal to, equated to the first difference. The first difference first. I'm just I don't want to, I don't want to write in full. I guess you understand. If you don't understand, or if you don't like the style, you can comment there and I will change it. So lastly, in order to find c, is going to be a plus b plus c, which is equals to the first term. So I'm just going to apply all of these things just that I was just explaining on my example here. Let's say, suppose I'm given an example. I have 2, 5, 10, 17, 26. So let me just determine the difference. So it's 26 minus 17, 17 minus 10, 10 minus 5, 5 minus 2. So the answer for 26 minus 17 is 9, and 17 minus 10 is 7, and 10 minus 5, 10. Okay, what's going on here? This and this, this and this, this and this, this and this. Okay, it was 9, 7, 5, and 3. So you can see we don't have a constant here. So what we have to do, we look for the second difference. This is the first difference. Let me just label it this side, first difference. First difference. So it's going to be 2. 9 minus 7 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. So this is the second difference. So now I have to determine, my general equation, the original term. So let me just start with a there. Let me just say 2a is equal to 2a. I said we equate it to the second difference. Therefore, it's going to be equals to 2. You divide both sides by 2, and then a is equals to 1. And then when we move forward to to determine for b, we say 3a plus b is equal to the first difference, which is going to be 3 there. And then you just take these first values. You don't have to, you should not take the second values there. Make sure that you don't do that. Everything is going to be wrong. So to be right, we are dealing with this, you understand? So let's just continue. We already have a there. You just substitute plus b, and then you apply mathematics there, algebra. So when you apply algebra, you'll find your b as 0. What I did is 3 multiplied by 1 is 3, and then you transpose 3 to the other side, it's going to be 3 minus 3, and then therefore your b is going to be 0, is equal to 0. So when we proceed to C, we're just going to say a plus b plus c, and then you equate this to the first term. So the first term on our equation is 2, and then let's substitute our values there. Is 1 plus 0 plus c. This is 0. So a is 1, b is 0, c we don't have there, is what we are looking for, and then therefore c is equal to 1. C is equal to 1. So I see my things is a mess here, but let me just do a border here. These are my calculations this side, so that you can easily see, take notes if you really want to take notes, or if you are good in listening, you can just listen and then start to practice, you understand? So let's just now write our general term. So I will just write my general term here. So my Tn is equal to, let's go for the value of a is 1. So you don't have to write 1, you know how math is. You can simply say n squared plus b is 0, so it's going to be 0n plus c is 1 plus 1. Therefore this is my general term, understand? So you can, let me just write it, my 1 there, so that you can understand. So my general term is like this, because of, I believe that when you multiply any number by 0, it's going to be 0, so it's not necessary to write 0, because of it's 0, you understand? So this is my general equation or general term. Let me just check a second question, but let me see. Anything, you know, let's just, okay, this is the, even if they can ask you, you see here, hence determine. Okay, let me just see this example. Let me just not skip this, because of, they say consider the following number pattern is 6, 17, 32, 57. So A, they say show that it is a quadratic pattern. How do you show that this is a quadratic pattern? A quadratic pattern, it will always have the first difference and the second difference. So that's how we can see that this is a quadratic pattern. You understand? Here's the solution there. They said 57 minus 32 is 23, and then 32 minus 17 is 17, 34 I mean, and then 17 minus 6 is 11, and then same thing with the second difference. 23 minus 17 is 6, 17 minus 11 is 6, is the second difference. Okay, let's see, write down the next two terms of the number pattern. So when they say write down the next two, basically what I do, you know, I suggest that you should skip this question here. Understand? You should skip this question here and then go to number C, and then when you number C, it say hence determine the nth term as well as the 100th term. So here basically they want the general equation for this pattern. You just determine the general pattern here, and then you apply the everything that I taught you there, and then from there what you do, you can go to the next terms. This means that it's going to be, let's calculate this number of terms. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They want pattern number 5 and 6, you just go to a general formula, you substitute your the pattern of, okay, let me just add some questions here, you understand, because if I didn't want to do that on this video, I wanted you to go and understand this. So let's say they said they want the next two terms, meaning that this term and this term is what they are looking for. It's unknown there. So let's calculate. Is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They want pattern number 5 and 6. Understand? So what you are going to do is, this is pattern number 5. You just say, you go to your general formula there. You say n is 5 there is equals to 5 squared plus 1, and then you just punch on your calculator. You come for number 6 is going to be 6 squared plus 1, and then you punch on your calculator there, you'll get your answers. So basically I will cover that on the next video, so I will keep you updated. Just make sure that you subscribe so that you get the notifications when we be uploading or when we keep on updating. So I guess this video was helpful for you, so don't forget to share and also to recommend me as well. Thank you very much.